Hello, hello, lovely human beings. Here we are, back with a makeup tutorial 6 months later. We're sorry about the hiatus, but we needed a break. So all I did was take my Urban Decay primer potion and prime my eyes and then set it with Kinky from the Smoked palette from Urban Decay also. I just want to make sure there's a matte base for my eyeshadows to cling to. And then I'm going to take Freestyle from that same palette and run it in the crease. I'm sort of blending it, blowing it out, making sure that it's hitting most of my crease and above so that any shadows that I put on top can blend seamlessly. Sorry. So I'm just going to build that up until my technical desired intensity. It's not that dark of a color. And then I'm going in with my Morphe 35C palette. I'm taking the first 4 shades on the second row, and they're all very warm orangey brown shades, and I'm making sure that I take a little bit at a time and sort of blend them into each other and make in no particular order. I just took a bunch of them and mixed them together until I got my desired warm brown orangey crease that I wanted, and making sure it's completely blended out. Notice when I'm blending, I'm not blending just around my lid, I'm actually blending my crease and then upward into my brow. I thought that would be a very flattering shape for my eyeshadow, considering the shape that the eyeliner was taking. I didn't want a severe cat eye for this. It would have looked cool, but it wasn't the direction I wanted to go in. So to deepen up my outer corners, I'm taking Backdoor from the Urban Decay Smoke palette. It's just a cool-ish, like a neutral brown tone, just to kind of create a nice transition. And then I decided I was going to fill in my brows because I didn't know the way this was going to look, so I wanted to make sure that I had a good brow shape to frame what the eyes were going to look like. I sped through it. It's my NYX Micropencil in chocolate. I've been doing this in every single tutorial. It's the same one. I do not stray away from my favorite brow pencil. So I'm just going to fill those in. And then I'm going to take Tease from the Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to put that all over the lid and kind of blend it up into my inner corner, up almost to my brow, like where we're making them meet in like above my crease kind of thing. You can see it better than I can explain it. And then I decided that wasn't gray enough for me, so I went in with the second and fourth shades on the top row of the 35C palette. One is a very dark gray shade and one is a very light gray shade, and I decided I wanted a medium gray shade, so I mixed those together. And I kind of go back and forth, packing those on, blending them out, packing those on, blending them out. I like to do this with matte shadows because I feel like they're much harder to blend, but if you take it slow and you don't apply too much product at the same time, you'll get less knockoff and you'll be able to blend them in more seamlessly than otherwise. Ignore part of my crease for whatever reason. That part wasn't taking as much pigment, like you can't see the pigment in the video. You can't really see the pigment as much as it was like well blended in the mirror, but on camera it just like didn't really show up, and it's kind of bothering me right now, but it's all good because actually in real life came out so cool. So I'm just gonna go back and forth and blend all those shades and make sure that I have my desired deepness, darkness, and seamlessness, I guess. You don't have to go as dark as I did, but what are we gonna do? So I'm really excited because that shade is beautiful. I'm taking Liquid Diamond from L'Oreal. It's one of the Infallible shadows, and I'm just gonna pack that on the middle of my eye with my ring finger. I feel like these apply best with a finger. You can use a brush, but I just decided I didn't want to. And after seeing that Liquid Diamond on my eye, I decided I wanted a deeper outer corner, so I went in with a little bit more Backdoor from the Smoked palette. And here you see me completely messing up, and this is what happens when you play with makeup. You just wipe it away and you try one more time. It's the one thing I learned from, doing shadow for so long. So I decided to practice my right eye so that I could properly show you how to do the left one. I'm taking the Colorpop gel liner in Swerve and an Eco Tools brush, and I'm using very, very short strokes and a very light hand and not a lot of product to be able to define my outer liner. It's not the same as when you do regular liner, because regular liner comes down and this wasn't coming down. I kind of messed up, and then I just decided to roll with it, and I blended out the Swerve with a little bit of blackout from the smoked palette, and then I just kind of went back and forth with backdoor and blackout just to make sure that everything was seamlessly blended. I used a small detail brush just so that I wouldn't lose the sharpness on the outside of the wing. Then I'm going in to do my second wing, and I'm trying to make sure I'm using a lighter hand than I used before. I just want to make sure this specific wing is very sharp, and I don't want to fill in as much as I filled in the bottom one. So I'm using a very, very, very light hand. I also have a scar there, so I try to like fill it in properly so it doesn't look like I skipped space. And then I'm going in with some more blackout and shading in the inside because I thought it would look nice shaded in, but I didn't want it to be completely shaded in. And it actually turned out to be pretty cool. Make sure you blend. Very important. Blending is the key to getting this eye correctly. I went back and forth a few times, blended, deepened, blended, deepened, and made sure I had a seamless finish, dying over the hot fire that my eyeshadow is. So just keep going back and forth and making sure you get your desired eyeshadow effect, but the main thing is the wing is the double wing. The double wing is what really made this eyeshadow cool, because otherwise it would have looked really weird. I'm going in with my foundation, which is the FitMe Matte and Poreless in 220, and then going with my concealer, my Maybelline Better Skin in Light. As you can see, I'm very pale right now, even for me, like I'm super pale. I'm just going to blend that out and then set it with my Airspun Translucent powder to sort of bake the concealer under my eyes. I don't know why I baked, because this was 2 in the morning and I was about to wipe my makeup right off after I filmed this. But we do what we do. And I'm going to take my really cool, I love this powder. It's actually a finishing powder. It's the Black Radiance finishing powder in milk chocolate, and it gives you the most beautiful contour bronze ever. It's such a lovely powder, and it goes on so well. I love it. I just can't stop loving it. I'm gonna go in with my Revlon lash potion to prep my eyelashes for falsies. And then I just kind of skipped over the part where I put on my Queen Bees. I don't know where the footage went, but what am I gonna do? Wiping off that Airspun, making sure it gets out from under the lash line, and then going in with the Revlon liquid liner in Cobalt. This is so beautiful. Probably shouldn't have used liquid liner for the waterline, but what are we gonna do? Still had a very beautiful effect. And then I kind of dragged it a little bit lower than the waterline just so that I could blend it out. I used my 2 blending brushes, the ones that I used to do my lid colors, and I kind of just ran them over my lower lash line and dipped a little bit into backdoor just so that I could get a little bit of the depth. But I just wanted to kind of smoke out the lash line without adding too much product, because there was a lot going on the top. I went in with the mushroom shade in the smoked palette, and I put that in my inner corner. Then I mixed it with liquid diamond and put it in kind of like a triangular shape under my eyes so that I could get kind of like a crying glitter effect. I don't know. Throwing some mascara on my lower lashes, you know, because you gotta. And then I just went in with my Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer in Solstice because I didn't want to overpower, I didn't want to draw attention away from the eyes with a bolder lip. I kind of wish I used like a black metallic lip, but like it's beautiful the way it is, and I'm really satisfied with the way it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and please, please, please like and mention us on social media so that you can show us if you recreated the look. I'd love to see it.